a year after the Olympics, and still the big money was on. Well, the money got even bigger. What was on the table, because these people got desperate. These promoters, man. I was getting phone calls from America, from Germany, from England promoters saying, "Listen, sign this paper, sign us, we'll give you whatever you want, blank checks and everything." But you know, the thing was, I had to sit down with my family and think about it, because you know, professional game is very tough, and you can't really jump in something by looking at the money. You have to be physically and mentally prepared for it, and that's the reason we sat down, took a year thinking about it, and then we turned professional.
The fact that you turned professional a year after as well, you took your time to make that decision. You came second in the in the Olympics by taking silver, and the only person at that time that defeated you, you thought you had to put this right before you went to the professional ranks. How is it, fighting someone that probably was the first person in the world view to give you a tough fight, and deciding that I want to do it the second time and put this to bed?
Sometimes too eager to please, but Prescott has the look of a man here who knows exactly what he's doing, and that was as soon as he landed cleanly. I think the fight was over at this point. When he got back on his feet.
He was good, man. He had he hadn't been beaten for years, man. You know what I mean? He was a double Olympic champion before then.
32 years old.
Yeah, 32, and he was 4-time world champion. So when I fought him the first time in the Olympics, he beat me. But I still had a lot of heart, man. I give it all. But I could see, if it was one more round, maybe I would have got the points back. So then, I was having sleepless nights, man. I was like, I need to fight this guy again, and that's when we fought him again. I didn't want to turn professional without beating him. So we got the fight in the UK. He came to the UK and he beat Frankie Gavin, who also is a boxer, and he knocked him down and took him apart, beat him easy. And then it was my turn. I said, listen, I want to fight this guy one more time. And they were like, are you sure? You turn professional. Forget, you don't have to fight him. He said, I want to fight him. And I fought him and I beat him, man. You know what I mean? Because I knew I had to train for him. And one thing a lot of people don't realize is when you're in the Olympic Games, there's 32 boxers in one division. Okay? You can't focus on one division, one fighter, sorry. Because if you focus on one fighter, then you're going to be thinking about him, but then you might get beaten off somebody else. So you have to do all kinds of different training. But whereas when I was fighting Kindling the second time, I was just training for Kindling, for one person, not 2-3 different styles. Because Kindling is southpaw, he's quite slick. So I had to, how to beat a guy like that. Where normally in the Olympic Games, if you look at the styles I fought, the first style was a normal boxer, a straight up fighter. Then the second was a southpaw. The third guy was a southpaw again. Then the semi-final was a guy who was pressure fighter, kept coming to me. And then Kindling's a runner. Kindling's the guy who runs back. So you get me? So you can't really focus on one style. You have to focus on all of them together and share the training with different styles. So that's the reason the second time when I fought him, I had to beat him, man. And then I turned professional and I announced my professional that I signed up as a professional that day.
Now, before I move on to some of the biggest fights any boxer would ever dream of, I want to put some stats to the people watching out there. This is Amir Khan. You are the 3rd youngest world champion that Britain has ever produced, behind the legends like Prince Nassim and Herbie Hyde. Do you think of those kind of legends when you look at your belt and the achievements that you've had?
Yeah, man, they're good fighters, man, and they're brilliant fighters. I was with Nassim Hamed about 2 days ago, chilling with him. We're good friends now. And, it just shows that, being a world champion is very hard. And doing that at such a young age and being the 3rd youngest fighter in the world, well, in Britain, sorry, to achieve that, it says something, doesn't it? And that's just the hard work that we put into it. So I know now how the hard work that Herbie Hyde put in it, the hard work Prince Nassim put in it, because it's not an easy sport. It's a tough sport, and you have to respect any world champion, whoever wins the world title, because, even if they're 50 and they win the world title, man, these guys, it might take them 100 years, 50 years, whatever it takes them. You have to respect them all, because, it's a tough game. But, God's been kind, He gave me the talent, and, I've become the 3rd youngest, which is a big achievement for me. So yeah, at least it'll be in the record books and history books that, one day when kids look back at the history and think, oh, Amir Khan was one of the youngest world champions. And also, a hero of mine, Nassim Hamed. So my name next to his, so it's a good thing, man.
You were talking about great champions there, Prince Nassim Hamed. Most boxers, especially the biggest and the legends that we look at today, have had defeats at a point in their lives when they wanted to, make a different step or go a different direction. And you had a defeat with Brothers Prescott. But you came back from such a defeat to fight for the World Championship belt. Now, how do you do such a thing?
You know, the defeat, I think it was the best thing that ever happened to me. People said to me, oh, you must be devastated, you know, you got beat. You know, I have to thank him, because without that defeat, I wouldn't be here now. You know, I wouldn't be a world champion, because that defeat, in a way, give me a kick on my backside. To listen, you need to fight more, be more hungry. You know, you need to have that fire in you. You know, maybe I was going to training and taking it easy and that, because I thought my talent was going to do everything, and you know, I had the skills, but maybe I had to train a bit harder. That was a wake-up call. And you know, in a way, I think God, you know, give me that wake-up call. The fight was in Ramadan. I shouldn't have fought in Ramadan. Another thing was, another thing to that was that, you know, I should be training harder. And it happened so short in the fight, you know, it happened in the first round. It was such a short fight that, you know, it did give me a wake-up call. So maybe, you know, God showed me in a way where he didn't get me hurt too much. I could have been in the fight for 12 rounds of getting beaten up, whereas it happened to me in only a couple of seconds. So I'm happy it happened to me, because since then I'm a different guy, man. I moved to LA, no distractions, I'm 100% focused, man. I'm a proper professional sportsman now. I'm more professional than I've ever been, and that's because of that defeat.
Now, from that defeat, the name started coming up. Marco Antonio Barrera. For any boxing fan out there, that's probably one of the biggest legends in Mexico, in America, massive. So when this came along and I saw Marco Antonio Barrera going to be fighting Amir Khan, I thought to myself, this is really big. Now, how does Amir Khan, first of all, how do you put pen to paper to agree to such a fight with such a legend?
And it was 2 fights before I got knocked out by Brothers Prescott. So for me, it was a big thing, you know. And I was quite nervous, man. And people saying to me, "Don't fight him," but I believed in myself. You know what I mean? They said, "Don't fight this guy. You know, he's good, and you know, you don't want to get beat again, and you want to build your career. Maybe in 2-3 fights more." I even phoned Naseem Hamed, and he goes, "Don't take the fight." Even he said, "Don't." He goes, "He's still dangerous. Don't fight him, man." But then I said, "Listen, I know I'll beat him. I got the skills, I got talent, and I got the best trainer in the world, Freddie Roach, who trains me." I said, "Let's do it, man." I trained with Manny Pacquiao that fight, and we trained together and everything, and the fight was made. And I just, you know, fought with my brains. You know, my other old fights, I used to fight my heart. Do you get me? You can't do that no more. When you get to this level, you have to fight with your brains. Do you get me? You have to keep calm, and it's all, everything's in here. And that's what I did, man. And when the fight come, people, you know, I jumped on it straight away. I said, "Listen, sign the fight," because I knew it was a big fight for me. And I didn't want to let go of it. Whereas, you know, some people thought I'm making a mistake, but I proved them wrong, you know.
Yeah, you proved a lot of people wrong, trust me. And talking about the trainers, you mentioned a couple of people in there. You just went through it like it was nothing. Freddie Roach, Manny Pacquiao. You know, these are legends of today, legends of the past, and of course, in a million years from now, there will be legends. How did you feel the first day when Freddie Roach put the gloves on you and started to say, "Here, there, here"?
It was amazing, man. You know, Freddie's such a nice guy, first of all. You know, I want to say that he's so down to earth, so nice, and you know, he's got the Parkinson's disease, and sometimes when you're in the ring hitting the pads, you forget he's got Parkinson. I forget sometimes. I think, "Oh, this guy, he takes it, man." And I'm not gonna lie, but I've hit him on the chin a few times. I've hit him in the body. I've hit him hard, and this guy's taking it all. So I'm happy he's not fighting back or he's hitting me back. You knocked me out, man. But he's such a nice guy, man. And next time he's here, you know, you can come down and you can meet him. You love that. But Freddie is such a nice guy. He's another guy what has taught me to use my brains more in a fight instead of my heart, because you know, he's a technician. Yeah, and it's skills what make you win world titles. It's not heart. Well, it is heart a little bit, but skills what makes you. Yeah, you need skills, bro. Because I made a mistake, and the way he's brought me back from the defeat against Prescott and become a world champion, and you know, it's how you come back from a defeat, and that I've shown that by coming back and becoming a world champion. You know, I would love to have that fight against Prescott again, but we just can't get the fight back on now. You know what I mean? But with Freddie has, you know, he seems normal now. Before, you know, if I wasn't trained by him, I would have been starstruck. Yeah, Freddie Roach, wow.
Trust me, I'll be starstruck. Yeah.
But it seems normal to me because, you know, Manny Pacquiao, he's the same. Manny's a friend, man. We train together, we run together, we eat together. He's such a nice guy, down to earth. I'm good friends with Floyd Mayweather as well. And, you know, and this is what boxing is. All boxers are nice people. You know,
it's
we
like a
might,
family,
we like
isn't
a
it?
family, yeah. We might show a different side on TV, you know, like again on the media.
Yes.
But deep down, man, we nice guys. Floyd Mayweather is one of the nicest guys I've met because he only does it for maybe to sell a fight.